talk about another lesson that you write about in the book is this idea that the Black Lives Matter movement, uh, the current iteration, was all about decentralized leadership. That wasn't isn't exactly built for longevity.
No, look, I interviewed Alicia Garza in 2020 in the midst of those historic protests that summer, and she was trying to like argue that the Black Lives Matter movement didn't need a leader, and obviously, there have been a lot of leaders who have not been that effective, or have, it's gone to their head, or they've abused their authority, and a lot, it's been too male, it's been too white, it's, not obviously in the Black movement, but there are all kinds of reasons historically to point fingers at past leaders. But what I think history shows is effective social movements require both things. They require grassroots energy, and people, boots on the ground, but also leadership from the top. Smart, strategic, clear in the messaging, and also I would argue selfless. And I think when you look back at Dr. King, when you look back at Malcolm X, you see leaders who had everything I'm talking about, but also were not in it for themselves, and who showed that to their followers. And I would argue that, unfortunately, since those two men, all too often, the leaders that the media fixates on haven't always sort of shown that ability vis-a-vis their followers to really show that, they're not in it for themselves, they're not in it for the money or the glory or the publicity. That they really just are men and women of the people.